So I am Sophie and I am from the Netherlands. I live in Amsterdam. And my fitness expertise, I would say, well, I started doing yoga. Well, I did my yoga training 5 years ago. And then I started teaching indoor cycling after that, I think 2 years after that. And I'm still doing the indoor cycling and teaching HIIT training and strength training. Currently at Velo Cycle Studios and the Workout Lab and Workout Studio.
Yeah.
So I just grew into that, I think. Yeah. Well, actually, I did. So when I did my yoga training, I noticed the connection through mind, body, and movement. And I noticed how impactful moving and physical activity is for your mind and for your body. So I realized, okay, this is something that works for me personally very well. And exercising and movement is like my sort of therapy. So I need to share that with other people. I need to get other people on this train as well. And I need to get them as excited and as motivated as I am. And then I joined some classes and I got a question if I wanted to be a trainer at the cycle studio. And I was like, yes, of course. Then I can share my experience and motivate other people to have that feeling that I have as well. So I think one of my favorite parts is that it's so diverse. So as I told you, I've been doing yoga, but also cycling and strength and HIIT. So there's so many different aspects that I feel that you're never done learning, especially as a trainer, that there's so many different aspects that you can develop yourself in. So that's one thing that I really like. So there's something for everybody, but also the part where you can really motivate someone. So when I'm going to teach a class at 7 a.m. in the morning, and I know that's probably the first thing that a person is going to do, I might as well do it. I better do it good, because that's going to set the mood of their day. So I can really make a change in someone's life. So I think that's something that I value a lot. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is a really good question. And I think one of the main things that we're facing is how to be you, how to be authentically yourself, and how to stand out as a trainer. Because there are so many of us, and which is super good because it makes training accessible to everybody around you. But what makes you you? So I guess that's one of the things that, yeah, trainers could struggle with. And how do I deal with that myself? That is to follow my own instinct, to follow my own enthusiasm. So right now I'm doing different trainings to keep on learning, to keep on developing, to be able to share more of my knowledge in different kind of aspects with the people that I train. So it's definitely tough, since the gyms right now here in the Netherlands are closed, and we don't see them opening back anytime soon. There are a lot of online trainings going on, so I think it's really, really creative that people immediately translated everything to online, so made it really more accessible to everybody. And what I did myself is, as I said before, I am trying to broaden my view. So I decided to take this moment to invest time in myself, to learn. And actually, it's really cool, since I started to look at the psychology behind fitness and the psychology behind doing sports. So to add this into my training again, it's just a time to put that spare time into some good work.
Yeah, right.
So I think in the years to come, it will definitely affect our industry. And I think maybe in two ways. So as everything is online, so everything is more accessible to everybody already, which is really good. everybody can train and everybody can get fit. So that's nice. And the second thing is that especially when I'm talking about the Netherlands right now, when the gyms reopen, I have a feeling that during this pandemic, people see how valuable or how important it is to be in good shape and to be in good health. So I have a feeling that after this pandemic, or once the gyms reopen, that people will invest more time in their own health, or invest more time in going to the gym, finding a trainer, and to really put that time and money into themselves.
Yeah.
So I guess in both ways it will be it will affect our industry, but in a good way.
Yeah.
So we're struggling now, but in the end it will be good.
Yeah. We'll hope.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so in the Netherlands only, there's already such a big diversity. So I live in Amsterdam, and that's obviously a big city. And we have currently a trend of the boutique gyms coming here, the boutique gyms that are offering high intensity classes with the whole show around it. So beautiful showers, beautiful lighting, everything Instagram proof. So that's really cool. And everybody in the big cities is enjoying it a lot. But then once I look to the place where I was born, which is a small place near Utrecht, it's so different because they don't like that whole fancy stuff, and they prefer to stick to their more low-key gym, but they know all the people and they know the trainers. They've been there for 10 years. So it's a really different, it's really different in the country itself already.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So one thing that I was always struggling with is that once I felt like I didn't know an answer to something, or I was not capable enough of sometimes offering an advice, I was scared. I was holding myself back and saying like, okay, maybe you should do this, or maybe you should do that. But I realized that there's no shame in not knowing the answer, or not knowing what piece of advice or what piece of training fits best at that moment. It's only a strength to acknowledge that, because I feel us as trainers, there's so much to learn, and there's so much different views to see, that if we just acknowledge that, and we are not scared to make mistakes and not to say something that might not be good, or open up that we don't know it, that we can learn so much more and be of so much more value to others, the people that we train, but also to ourselves. So I think that's the greatest piece of advice I can give.
Absolutely.
I guess the feeling that I experience when I'm training myself, so the release of stress, the release of tension, the being able to get out of my mind and into my heart, or just blowing off steam for the rest of the day, I think that motivates me so much to be able to reach that experience, or maybe reach that feeling in other people, to provide that. I think that's the main thing that I care about. Yeah. So I thought about this one, and I need to say I'm not really sure. So I don't really think that I have one fitness trainer that really inspires me, since I follow a couple of them on Instagram, but it's not like, oh, that's 100% where I want to go or what inspires me, because I feel like everybody around me just has something that I care, that I value, or that I think that could help me or could help people around them. So I take inspiration from my colleague that I work with, but also the people in my the village where I grew up, how they train. And so it makes of everything. It's not really one person.
Yeah.
I haven't really got one sentence out of it yet, so it's going to be like a chit chat about so I think my motto is using movement as a way, as a, maybe sort of as a medicine or as a way to cope with stress. And then I think what I find really important is that you find your limits, push yourself hard, but also listen to your body and be kind to yourself on your way to your goal.